Hey everyone, welcome to another podcast we're doing. This is kind of like a spin-off episode of Schwarbage. The three of us are here to give you our opinion on the hot new property, the Batman.
This is a very special episode.
Yeah,
It is. It is. I mean, I got so we haven't covered anything new.
recent.
Yeah. It's all been old stuff. And let's be honest, fellas. Old things are garbage. We need some of that
True.
new stuff to circulate
some of that.
through our
Whew.
veins. So we're covering that hot new Batman property.
Indeed. So I guess we should just start. Uh, anyone want to kind of run through what happens at the start of the movie real quick? At the start of the Batman.
Whew.
I can go ahead and take it.
Take it away, Will.
So yeah, the opening of this I think is actually very effective. It opens on Rupert Thorne. I really wish he was in more of the Batman. But
Yeah.
he's really just here at the start.
Seems like a bit of a throwaway character.
I was surprised it was actually Rupert Thorne and not just an unnamed guy. They do specifically mention that it is Rupert Thorne.
Yeah, so he's like doing crime with his gang. It's really only like two guys, which I thought was very funny. It's just Rupert Thorne and two guys.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's got sets good atmosphere. It's a great opening. So Rupert Thorne, he's doing crime or whatever, and he's kind of like freaking out because he thinks someone's there, and his goons get ready for a fight, and surprise, surprise, it is the Batman. And he beats up the goons, and then Rupert Thorne's like, "Oh man, can't we be partners?" And then Batman says no. Then they chase for a little bit, and Batman catches them. It's great.
Fantastic.
And he says something like, "Who?" Like Rupert Thorne's like how or like who are you or something like that, and Batman just
He
says
says the line.
he says I'm the Batman.
I'm the Batman.
Yeah. I thought the credits were gonna roll. I thought it was over.
Honestly, the punchline to to the Batman.
And then, in that final scene, the theme for the Batman kicks in, and I mean it's glorious.
Banger,
So good,
banger,
so good.
straight banger.
Then Batman takes his new Batmobile. Love the design. I love the blue accents on the sports car. Takes it back to the Batmobile where we learn that it's a Batman. He's new. He's only like 2-3 years in.
3. It's the 3rd anniversary of his.
Yeah.
Hanging out with Alfred.
Yeah, and I think we would be remiss not to mention the great line, Alfred's like, "Oh man, it's already been 3 years," and then Batman just says, "Crime flies."
The one-liners in this movie are off the fucking hook.
Dude, the one-liners in the Batman are great. I was not really expecting it, but man.
What a nice surprise.
I mean, like, great casting too. Yeah. Yeah. Reno Romano as Batman, iconic. Alistair Duncan plays Alfred. He's known for his work in the Lord of the Rings universe. He's great. So yeah, that's just like the opening, but like there's still like the whole first bit. Cause then it cuts to Arkham Asylum, which it was cool, and there's a really like kind of like so spoilers, by the way. This is spoilers. We're talking about the Batman.
Yeah. If you haven't
Joker's
seen it.
there.
He's actually a pretty significant part. I found it weird how the film is almost broken up into like
Three distinct sections.
3 distinct sections. He's very prominent in this first section.
Yeah, not at all in this. Not at all in the later two. We're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
It's almost like episodic in a way. I think that's kind of cool.
Which is it's very good storytelling.
Honestly, it kind of feels like how the sequel to Atlantis: The Lost Empire was actually just a bunch of stitched together episodes from a TV show that never got made. This kind of has the same vibe.
I like how that was the only example you could think, or the first one.
Well, that is literally what it was.
Buzz Lightyear of Star Command special, no Star Wars: The Clone Wars the movie, no none of those. That were all
okay. That is well. But that is my favorite example.
I mean, there can't be that many examples of this happening.
Very specific.
Yeah. So Joker, in a cruel twist of fate, has broken into Arkham, and he let everyone out, and now he's just like, I own Arkham now, and yeah.
His plan is one of the major gripes I have with this section of the film, because it makes no sense. He breaks in to Arkham, and he says, "I'm going to make this my new lair." But when you release all of the criminals out of an asylum and set them free on the city, they're gonna come for you. It's not like this can be my secret base now after you've already drawn the attention of the entire city by disrupting a insane asylum. I don't know what the plan was there, but it wasn't good.
Well, I don't think the base is meant to be secret per se. I realize it's probably difficult to keep it up, but I don't think he meant to hide it from anyone.
I mean, the other
he does refer to it as a hideout.
Yeah,
but I don't know if there's no way he genuinely thought that he was going to be able to hide there, right?
Well, he was able to hide in the old Monarch Theater.
I liked the detail that that's where his old base was.
Me too.
Anyway, after we're first introduced to Joker having broken into the asylum and released everyone, we get to see what the GCPD's like in this the Batman universe. There are like three main characters who really matter here. It's the Chief, who I don't remember the name of. Is he a commissioner? He's got a mustache.
I think he is the police commissioner.
His name doesn't matter.
Yeah, and we're also introduced to who are definitely the most prevalent supporting characters in the Batman. Ethan Bennett and Ellen Ying. And I really like these two.
Very good.
I agree. Great additions to the Batman.
I don't like this. I'm confused by this. Why did Ellen move to Gotham from Metropolis?
Okay, I may have found a reason for this, actually. I may have found a reason why Ellen would move from... Because, of course, why would you ever want to live in Gotham City willingly? That's the obvious...
Given the choice.
Okay. So, in the news report, at the start, there's a news report, them talking about Batman, how he may or may not be a myth. This is where the Chief is introduced. But the reporter says that Gotham's crime rate is at a nationwide low because of the Batman in this universe. Which, first of all, how?
I do not understand this in the slightest.
But that is the truth according to this news reporter. So maybe Gotham City's better than Metropolis now.
And it's a problem. It's a problem to the commissioner. He's like, he walks back in and goes over to the office and he's like, God, I need to catch the Batman. He's making things so easy for us.
And here's a plot hole thing that I want to address. In later parts of the Batman, much later, there is another like scene in the police department. This is near the end, where they talk about how crime in Gotham has only gotten worse since the Batman arrived. So
Mhm.
there's some conflicting data here.
Maybe the numbers have been fudged by someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it okay, considering all the crime hijinks we see throughout the work, if this really is the nation's lowest crime, I can't imagine the other cities.
Oh God. That is a scary thought. So, there's still more that happens in this. After Joker does his thing with the asylum, Batman shows up to stop him, and they have a little scuffle. Um, Joker poisoned one of the Arkham security guards, and then he runs away. And Batman's like, "Well, I'm gonna just kidnap this guy so I can try to cure him and deal with Joker later." Um, he actually does some like real detective work where once he gets back to the Batcave and he's trying to figure out where Joker is, he like thinks back to what Joker said and like takes different pieces of it to figure out where Joker's old hideout was. And I liked that. I like that he's an actual detective.
Yeah, you'd love to see.
Yeah, it's a good touch.
Joker also says that they're two sides of the same coin, which doesn't feel earned for them having no real similarities and being this early in the Batman.
No, they met each other very recently, and I don't think you know. The version of Batman and the Batman is the most gritty, like Batman incarnation that could easily be compared to the Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. So Joker's plan completely changes halfway through this, doesn't it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Because at the start he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna take over Arkham," and then later on he's like, "Actually, I'm gonna gas the whole city with my poison."
Well,
Um. Yeah, I changed my mind.
I mean, I think it had more to do with like he had a plan and then that plan didn't work out, so then he tried something else. But he's gassing the entire city feels like if he could have accomplished that from his old hideout, what was he trying to do by taking over Arkham? Like what was pushing him to upgrade?
I think it's just about the vibe. Arkham Asylum has a really special vibe that
You're right.
you can't capture that in any old theater or anywhere really else in the city. It's a really special place. Like I've always been saying they should make a video game series about it, but
Oh, that'd be
Oh my
cool.
no
God.
one's listening to me.
Anyway, you did inadvertently bring up an interesting point. Arkham is in the middle of Gotham City.
Yes.
Like it is there is like a moat around it, but there is city on all sides. That doesn't feel safe. It's also this is actually similar, but I like it. Wayne Manor is also in the city. It's like a big old like a little building. Man, riveting commentary. Will Wayne Manor is a building.
It's a big building.
I like that it's in the city. I don't know how I feel about Arkham being in the city.
That feels dangerous.
Yeah, I don't know what maybe like when they were building it, maybe it seemed like a better idea than it ended up being.
Yeah. Um. uh. Other like miscellaneous things that I want to bring up. When Batman brings the guy who was infected by Joker venom to the Batcave, and this guy has like the biggest, most like contorted, disgusting smile of all time. All Alfred says is, "Chap could use a dentist."
Alfred is so good in this.
Dude,
Work.
he's my favorite character.
I'm gonna be honest. I think that this is actually one of my favorite, like,
Alfs?
film interpretations of Alfred because of how like active they make him and how much they dial into his history as like a military medic and everything. Like they really play that quite a bit, and he feels like less of a side character like an oracle sort and more of like a partner, really.
He's a main character.
Yeah, honestly.
Did I only say one of my miscellaneous things? Because I had three.
Yes, you
I don't
only
think I
said.
said these. I love the occasional appearance of the Lady of Gotham statue. Joker tries to pop his big balloon full of toxic gas on the point of the statue. Batman's genius plan for stopping the toxic gas from filling the city is dumping it in the water supply.
Yeah,
I don't think that's gonna end
it
well.
worked. It worked.
It worked. This canonically this film is a prequel to the animated series episode The Laughing Fish.
Ah. I don't think that's correct, but sure.
Well, reports vary.
Yeah,
That
true.
is true. The timeline is a little bit.
I love just the general statement. The reports vary. Like, not even, like, just about this, but just in general, reports do vary.
Yeah, a lot of different reports out there.
They're known to vary.
Was that your three miscellaneous, Will?
Yeah, the statue, the water, and the whatever the first one was.
The
I already
dentist
forgot.
joke.
Yeah, the dentist joke.
If you don't mind, I would love to throw in one more miscellaneous thing that I've been dying to talk
by
about.
all means.
So we could call. So I was thinking of calling this section "Inside the NBA," but turns out that's already taken by some no names. So I'm just gonna call it Gotham Basketball Watch. I really want to talk about the Gotham Gators.
Hell yeah.
Dude,
all the Gotham sports teams are great. In one of the movies, it's one of the Christopher Nolan ones. The football team is called the Gotham Knights, I think, and I like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that name. Okay, this is what I'm thinking about the Gotham Gators, right? Where do Gators live? They live in the American South. They do not live in New York, in New Jersey, in Chicago, places that have inspired Gotham City. Is Gotham City in this? Is this like a southern city, or am I reading too much into this?
I think you are, because, like, I mean, the sports balls teams name always makes sense.
Okay, but the Gators, like,
They
the
got
only
Killer Croc.
that's true, but he's a crocodile.
Well, yes, he is a crocodile. This particular Gotham City gives me a vibe that is very distinct, while
I love
still
it.
being similar. I think that it could very easily take place in like a New Orleans style area, just because of like there's a swamp and stuff.
There is a swamp.
There is.
Later on, for dead guys to crawl out of occasionally.
Can I say one more thing I completely forgot? The Bat Wave. I know it exists only for merchandise, but I think it's a cool idea. I like the idea that he would have his own like grid thing that he could like hook all his gear up to and have like the one system that uses everything. And I wish it showed up more. I like the Bat Wave.
It makes sense.
It does.
It works for the bat signal, like it works like it's like the bat signal, but Batman can be like sitting down indoors, like when it goes off, and he will still see it.
Which is cool.
That's probably good.
Yeah, probably.
I wonder if they could find out who Batman is just by like looking at like who's constantly checking the sky like all the time. Like,
Well,
Bruce,
that's
like, why are you...
if I can talk about a different Batman movie, in Batman Returns, the one with Danny DeVito as the Penguin, when the bat signal goes off, there are detectors on Wayne Manor that take another bat signal that's on the roof and shine it into whatever room Bruce Wayne is sitting in.
Yep.
That's a dead giveaway if he has like people over and the bat signal goes off.
That's insane. I feel like the bat signal in of itself is just was written as a writing prompt to explain why Bruce is always brooding in front of windows. Because that's like a good 20% of any good Batman story is he's looking out of a window waiting for the bat signal.
Anything else we want to talk about for the first bit before we move on?
I had a couple points.
Yeah, please.
Okay, go for it.
Just quick overview. The beginning bit with Rupert Thorne, very reminiscent of the classic opening of the animated series, with the heist and just the beatdown, given a little bit more substance, but I feel like it's a bit of an homage. The general structure of the Joker's plan feels very much like the original Tim Burton Batman film, with the balloon and the gas and everything. And also, I just wanted to generally pose the question: what was his plan once he drove like the sword and the balloon and it popped and it went everywhere? How was he gonna get down?
He might have been willing to die.
I mean, was he just gonna like jump or something? I don't know.
Joker's really just fucking around in this. He's just like it's the ultimate, just like the ultimate chaotic Joker. Cause what the fuck is he even doing?
Also, he's an incredible acrobat and martial artist in this, which
I like.
I actually really do enjoy that, because a lot of portrayals, it's just Batman finds him, catches him, and then beats the shit out of him.
This one's also got dreadlocks. I dig it.
The character designs in this are very good. Like, I enjoy most of them. If not all. Well,
yeah, not all.
There's one that I'm partial to.
There's some misses.
And that's a great transition into the next section of this movie.
First, we got to do our thing.
Oh, that's true.
So we're just gonna kind of do a couple check-ins throughout. How did you guys feel about the start of the Batman? Schway or Schwarbage? Me, Quentin, Jack. I think there are parts of this that shine like diamonds in the rough. Because overall, I feel it's Schwarbage. I feel like Joker is just like, it's just not interesting. I like a lot of the characters. I like Ellen. I like Ethan. I love Alfred. I really love the opening, but overall, I feel like there's just too much not great, drowning out the parts that I think are really good. So I'm gonna say Schwarbage.
Similarly, I would say that this episode, this episodic bit of this film has some great, fantastic moments, and some really cool ideas. My main gripe with it, the pacing is insane. It is moving at a breakneck pace, and it feels like it doesn't linger in any one place for more than 20 seconds, which is a massive problem for me. Like, I feel like this episode, or this bit could have been 20 minutes longer than it was, and definitely worked a lot better.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go against the grain a little bit here.
Ooh.
So I agree with all the positive things you've said about this section. I really love Ethan Bennett and Ellen Yin are great additions. Alfred is amazing. There's some fun one-liners. I think that the action is pretty well done. And it's not the most compelling Batman or original Batman story ever written. It's just like Joker's gonna send out the gas. But for what it adds to Batman, I think it's as a start, it kind of it gets its hooks in you well enough. Like, so I would go ahead and say it's Schway because it makes you interested. It makes you want to watch more, and it sets itself apart while still establishing what you would expect from Batman.
Mm-hmm. Quinn, you never actually said Schway or Schwarbage, so just for the record.
Schwarbage.
Got it.
I apologize for...
No, don't apologize. Don't apologize for having an opinion.
Absolutely not. Never. Ever, ever, ever.
I'm not apologizing for my opinion. I'm apologizing.
Unless it's bad.
I think it was Schway, but I'm apologizing for not allowing Quentin to...
Never apologize for anything, Jack.
No, Quentin just stopped talking and then you started. Like, Quentin finished. He is no fault of yours.
Yeah.
Anyway, do we want to talk? So, which bit are we going to talk about next?
I want to talk about this section that I would just like. I would just personally call it traction. I don't know why. I would just call it that. Like, that's just kind of...
I get that.
I want to talk about that section.
Yeah, the section with Bane.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jack, you seem to be a big fan of this segment that we want to call traction for some reason. Would you like to give us a brief overview?
I would love to, Will. So this episode starts with a couple of crime bosses chilling around. This episode, what kind of shit am I on? This section of the movie starts with a couple of crime bosses just kind of like complaining about how Batman's been like owning them constantly and they can't like do their crime because Batman. And they're like, well, we need something. And one of them says, well, I got it. I figured it out. I got this guy named Bane, and this guy walks up wearing like a weird a weird mask, and he says, I got this, guys. He said this guy's a mercenary named Bane. If you know who Bane is, it's Bane. He's a mercenary.
What if you don't know who Bane is?
Bane's a mercenary from South America who has been hired by these bosses to defeat Batman.
Cool.
And then cut to Bruce Wayne. He's playing with this cool thing he has got, a big arm machine, I call it. He's playing around in it, and Alfred shows up and it was like, what are you doing? And Bruce Wayne like hits his nachos away with the big arm machine.
Yeah, so
his own personal nachos. To be clear,
Alfred
made him the nachos. I don't know. I don't know if he requested the nachos or if they were like unsolicited nachos.
I believe at some point during the Batman we learned that Batman is a big fan of Mexican food. So either way, it was
something he wanted to eat.
Yeah, I like nachos.
Yo, nachos, sir.
It is really funny to imagine that, like I'm sure the ultra wealthy love nachos as much as the rest of us, but like just like Bruce Wayne just got the nachos ready, like
yeah. I'm in the camp that Batman is allowed to eat nachos.
I mean, it's game food, and he's a gamer. A basketball gamer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's called a player.
Bruce Wayne is a you could even call him a hooper if you dare. Yes, we didn't touch on that, but yeah. Bruce Wayne, Ethan Bennett, good friends. They like to play basketball together. Bruce Wayne goes to the Gotham Gators games. Big basketball guy. Pretty interesting.
It was a bold choice by the Batman.
Yeah.
that brings me back to a moment in the first section that I thought was very jarring without the obvious commercial break. It's where they're
Which is
sitting
weird.
in Wayne Manor, and they get a knock at the door, and Bruce is like, "Who is it?" And Alfred's like, "The police." And Ethan walks in, and it's like, "Oh no, what's gonna happen?" And it fades to black, and it comes up, and then they're like, "Oh, are you going to arrest me?" And then they high five and hug
Because they're like best friends.
because they're like best friends,
Mm-hmm.
but with zero suspense or built up.
Yeah. Maybe when this movie starts like airing like on television, they could put a commercial there.
Commercials.
Yeah, they should include a break there.
Mm-hmm.
But back on the subject of Bane. That's one of my go-to transitions in any conversation.
I'm gonna adopt it. I really like it.
He's beating up on an armored truck.
I wanted to point this out. Spoilers. I already said spoilers. Bane's gonna use Venom to get super strength, but even before he uses the Venom, he literally rips open the armored truck with his bare hands.
Still very...
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he does rob the armored truck. I'm sorry, I kind of stole the summary from you, Jack. Do you want to keep going? Should I go?
You're good.
Okay.
I can keep it up.
Are we
This
going to
is
address
good.
it?
This is good.
We planned this so well.
Yeah, we did.
Quentin, you go. You take it.
Me? Well, there's something we gotta say. And I think we've been meaning to say it for a while now.
Yeah, this is what I've been waiting for.
I think it's one of the main reasons we decided to review this film.
The Batman.
Now, in terms of, this is a very vibrant film with a lot of colorful choices. One of the things I noticed was that the sky is 4 distinctly different colors at any given point in the show.
And it's never one that's normal.
No, it's purple, green, red, and at one time it was a very light blue, which is the most normal it's ever been.
But that's not normal for Gotham.
No. Green is more normal for Gotham than blue. But to befit this, they couldn't, when Bane uses Venom to power up, they couldn't just leave him pale. Oh, no. They had to make him red.
Red. He's red.
He's red.
And it's doubly weird because they give him like weird big teeth.
Yeah.
And his clothes like no longer fit. Like the sides of his torso and his like armpits and shoulders are just exposed now. It's wild because before he turns it on, he looks really cool, but like when he uses Venom, it's like I don't. If I had never watched The Batman and you showed me that photo, I don't think I could have told you it was Bane.
No. When has Bane ever been red? His Venom isn't even green, it's yellow. He's red and yellow.
Red and black and yellow.
The Flash.
It's like a venomous snake color scheme.
Oh.
That was not on purpose. They
I
did it
know.
because they're weird.
Oh, yeah. I mean, maybe there's I don't know if they ever say Venom, though, in this.
That's true.
They say physical enhancements. Yes.
So yeah, he beats Batman up like really easily, like comically so. Throws him through a brick pillar.
And then leaves.
He was hired to kill Batman, threw Batman through a brick wall, broke his back, and then it was like, alright, I'm out.
Yep.
And then rightfully, when like the criminals who hired him were like, hey, you didn't kill Batman? He's like, yeah, but I don't think he's gonna bother us anymore.
He's like, I got him, though.
And then he goes to rob banks.
Mm-hmm.
Classic.
And goes on a pretty significant crime spree. I
Yeah,
never took notes on how long it lasted, but it was for a good amount of time because they said, are you guys, GCPD, are you doing anything about Bane? And they were just like, we think Batman's dead. And that was all they said.
That's my favorite thing. They're like, "Hey, can you guys do something about Bane?" No, but we're on Batman though. We're on his case.
Actually, they do something about Bane. They send two of their best detectives, Ethan Bennett and Ellen Yin, to fight Bane. Bane, the giant red guy who can throw you through a brick wall with these. I feel like at some point you should call in the National Guard or the Army or something to handle Bane. But the GCPD is just like, Ethan Bennett got this free.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, so the police are also trying to capture Batman throughout the Batman. And after they show up at the armored car robbery post Bane and Batman fight, when Bane is left, they go looking for Batman, and they don't find him, but they found the brick wall he was thrown through, and Ellen says, "Hey, dispatch, call all of the hospitals and find all the people with multiple fractures." And I was thinking, like, there have to be more than just one guy in all of Gotham who has multiple fractures. Knowing what I know about Gotham and its many inhabitants and their many bone-breaking activities, including doing crime and being the victims of crime, I expect multiple people have multiple broken bones.
Well, but at least it narrows it down for them somewhat, right? It gives them something of a lead.
Yeah, I kind of considered this as well until I thought that like medical examination is at a point where we can tell what was done to cause certain fractures just by looking at it's like ballistics in a way. Where if you look at how things, like, he was thrown into a wall. So there are very specific characteristics of that injury that you'd be able to pinpoint in a patient. So, I mean, I think multiple fractures was just the generally wider net that was cast that they were narrowing down later.
Yo, but why is Bane red, though?
Man! Why he red?
It's really weird.
I don't know. It's such a weird choice.
Guys, come with me to La La Land for a moment and imagine Tom Hardy, but red.
The guy who played Venom? Carnage?
No. The guy who also played Bane.
Okay, I'm picturing Carnage in my head. What's the next step?
Okay.
Will, you're so lost in talking about the Batman has forgotten that any other Batman media exists.
There's other
true.
Batman media?
Oh my god.
I thought this was what we were just gonna talk about.
There's this, and then there's two comic series. There's two comic series from the 1940s, but that's it.
That's all they did.
They might make more.
And there's one episode of Batman the Animated Series and one episode of Batman Beyond. Yes.
And there's two very good podcast episodes made about those pieces of media.
Yeah.
It's weird, guys. I actually haven't heard Batman mentioned ever before we started doing this podcast. Why did we start doing this podcast?
That's a good question. You know what else is a good question?
What else is a good question?
Why is Bane red?
God damn it. We have to escape this hole somehow.
Can we talk about Alfred in this part?
Clutches
So hard. After the thing where Red Bane, God, why, throws Batman through the wall, Alfred picks him up and takes him back to the Batcave because he can't take him to the hospital. Um, and he's like, I'm gonna perform my field medic surgery on you. Then we actually get I was kind of hoping, because we all know Batman's origin, I was hoping they wouldn't show it again, and they kind of do, but we get a really touching flashback to Bruce Wayne as a child, and we get our first look of the Batman's version of Gordon. Um, we get Bruce Wayne like crying while like playing with the necklace, which I think is a great image. Then Alfred showing up and apologize, which is really touching.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
he was playing with the bead or the pearls on the necklace, and I remember because it's like burnt into my fucking mind from how much it worked. But he was playing with the necklace, and he was almost like Newton cradling the pearls one by one,
Mm-hmm.
and as one fell into the others, unlike the little chink sound that it made the sound of a gunshot.
Mm-hmm.
Which was very, very impactful, and I actually appreciated that a lot.
It's a well done sequence.
Yeah, like a lot of sequences in this episode. Episodic moment, Terry bit
Yeah, this section.
of time.
Terry McGinnis?
Terry McGinnis,
What a guy.
He's so cool.
the Batman's Bruce Wayne in this, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I know we've had trouble with that in the past, but it is Bruce Wayne.
Spoilers for anyone.
Oh yeah, spoilers for anyone who has made it this far.
I have a quick section I want to do a little bit. I call it a Did You Know section, where I want to provide a little bit of little known Batman trivia relating to this section. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Did you know Batman's parents were killed?
No.
Fuck off.
I'm sorry.
That was meant to be like a no way, not like I hated your bit, but it definitely came across as I hated your bit.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
your bit's
It was a
I'm
fair
sorry.
response. It was a
No,
fair
I'm
response.
sorry. Hey guys, we've been talking about this part of the movie for a while. We have not talked about what I think is the coolest thing in all of the Batman that we're talking about today.
What would that
Okay.
Take a guess.
be?
Oh God, why Red Bane?
Gotta be the bat. It's gotta be the Bat Bot, right?
Oh, it is the motherfucking Batbot. For those of you who don't know, there's a comic called Kingdom Come. Not gonna get into it, but in it there are these things called Bat Sentries, which are like robots built by Batman to help him do Batman things. And the writers of the Batman read that and went, okay, but what if mech and big? And so, Batman is recovering in bed. Alfred brings him a tray which has a bowl of peas, a glass of water, a soda, and a cardboard box. That's just the thing I noticed. It's kind of weirdly shown. But anyway, then Batman's like, I can't fight him because all my bones are broken. What if I had big robot? And then he goes and builds one, and then uses a big bat bot to just fuck up Bane, to punch the red out of him.
Well, he doesn't punch the red out of him, does he? Does he, Will?
No, that is right, because we have established that Red Bane is very, very strong.
Incredibly.
He actually, Batman and the Batbot actually kind of gets his ass handed to him.
A little bit.
Yeah, he hits him with one of the cords that's like electric, right? Yeah, so Bane has the Batbot pinned, which is just, it's fucking cool. And they're having a punch up, and Bane's punching up the Batbot, and Batman's like, he's punched like an electrical cord loose. I'm gonna grab it and shove it into the Venom enhancement thing, and I'm gonna fry Bane and turn him back to no longer being red.
So he shocked the red out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And sadly, the Batbot during this process is very, very beat up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't remember if it returns throughout.
It does.
It does. Okay.
In the I mean the bit of the Batman when the Joker steals Bane's venom, which we probably won't go into today. Um, Batgirl does use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can get to that some other day.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, the Batbot is out of
It's a long movie.
really long. It's crazy.
Incredible movie. Great second act. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Huh?
Any random points?
After Bane, when Bane and the Batbot are fighting, they start out in a tall bank, and they destroy the elevator. And Ethan Bennett is waiting at the bottom of the building to climb the stairs. And after the elevator falls and explodes, sending he falls over on the ground, he gets up, and after this near-death experience, he just goes, "All right, I'll take the stairs."
I love Ethan.
Ethan
great.
is a legend.
Nothing bad will ever happen to him.
I hope not.
Yeah, that would be awful.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Since we're questioning whether anything bad happened to Ethan or not, do you think we should move on to the third act of this movie, which is all about questions?
Indeed. And answers?
Mm-hmm. Oh well, we gotta stop by and do our thing before we.
Oh,
move on.
we do. So, the Batman second act that Jack really wants to call Traction, and I think that really makes sense.
It does.
So,
It does.
Traction, Schway, Schwarbage, you guys decide the order. I did it last time.
Will Meekwin.
All right.
Okay. I think this has the opposite problem as the first part of the movie. I think there's a lot of there's one dumb thing. Why is he red?
Yeah.
I've spent. It's weird because the Batman just came out. I have spent most of my life contemplating this.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I'm gonna give it a Schway. It's a lot of fun. Same problem as the first one, also where Bane his plan changes randomly and it doesn't make sense, but it's fine. This one's just a lot more entertaining, I feel. So I'm gonna give it a Schway. Love the Batbot. Love Bane. Love Bane. Yeah.
I think that this episode is this episode of the movie, and by episode I mean section. Like episode, yeah. You all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I think it's a fun adventure. Bane obviously looks dumb. We don't have to go on about it, but we will. And he looks so dumb.
Man, he's so fucking stupid. God, why did they do that? Why didn't they just give him dreadlocks?
That would be real.
That would be.
But the action is good. The Batbot is cool. Alfred is great in this episode. It adds to the it adds to Batman's backstory in this universe. It adds to Ethan and Ellen's dynamic and their characterization. It's a solid adventure. I would give it a Schway.
Yeah. So it is. I mean, I think a unanimous Schway here.
Hell yeah.
Which is so. The pacing has improved so much over the first episode, where there are actual transitions between scenes, whereas that did not exist first time around. I was watching the first act, and you would be in a scene and then someone would walk past in the middle of a line. Ethan and Bruce were conversing, and then in the middle of a sentence it cut to the Monarch Theater without any resolution to their interaction. It didn't feel very satisfying in terms of dialogue or scene orientation. But like, they spent upwards of 30 seconds per scene in this episode, which I definitely appreciate. Plus, Alfred's so fucking cool in this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so unanimous Schway.
Excellent. So we have one episode left. It's not an episode, it's the final act. If it was an episode though, I have a feeling it would be season 1, episode 8. But yeah. So yeah, big episode 8 energy. Wait, I already did one. Who wants to summarize this?
I can take a go at it. I only finished the film around an hour ago.
Fresh in your mind.
Very fresh in my mind. So we open up. I think at the very beginning is the ribbon cutting ceremony for like a new supermarket.
Yes.
And then that transitions into a concert hall with a very special pianist. And the thing that ties these two together is they are both kidnapping victims. Both the guy that is cutting the ribbon and the pianist who is performing. They both get kidnapped by a mysterious assailant. Batman takes note of this and connects them together to find out that they were both part of a game show around 30 odd years ago that Alfred was a very avid fan of.
Can you give us the name of this game show, Quentin?
It's great.
I would be happy to do so. The name of the game show, Think Thank Thunk.
Let's go, baby. Think Thank Thunk. Sorry, ladies. Think Thank Thunk is on tonight.
I am probably the world's biggest Think Thank Thunk fan.
Other than Alfred.
You are not Alfred.
Okay, but Alfred's not a real person.
Debatable.
Oh.
What is the consolation prize like called?
A lifetime supply of Cremellos.
Cremellos.
Which is a fake candy for the Batman, which I also am a huge fan of.
You're a fan of Cremellos.
Yeah, sure.
You're a fan of Cremellos.
I'm trying to imagine what like marshmallows but with cream?
They looked like Twinkies, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, at the start of this, Bruce Wayne is at an opera where he is listening to like some rock and roll in his headphones and only pretending to pay attention, which I really enjoyed. And also when he gets a shout out for donating to like the musical theater, he gives a funny little salute.
Yep.
Do we want to go over how these guys are kidnapped? Because I think they're both pretty funny.
Yeah.
I've noted it down in my notes. Numbered midgets.
Yeah, it's weird. The two guys who are kidnapped are Ross Darren and Bert. I didn't write down Bert's last name, but I just wrote Bert. Anyway, Ross Darren, the guy who does the supermarket opening, the ribbon he's trying to cut gets pulled back like a slingshot, and he gets shot into like a grocery cart, which gets pushed into some trash, which then gets picked up by a garbage truck, and no one bothers to check if he's okay. They just laugh at him, which I think really shows what it's like to live in Gotham.
I think they all thought it was part of a bit, like he had planned it. That's the impression.
Alternatively, no one in Gotham cares about crime.
Or no one cares about TV legend Ross Darren. I'll leave you to decide which.
I think we know which.
What? I don't remember what happens to the second person. Someone else take it.
If I recall correctly,
Bert.
I don't remember. I didn't even remember Bert's first name, so congratulations on that.
No, I wrote it down. There's no way I would have remembered Bert.
Or, yeah. I believe he sits down on his piano to play. He sits down next to his piano to play Moonlight Sonata. How original, Bert. But when he sits down, there is something below him, which some may call it a whoopee cushion.
Some.
Bert takes the humiliation like a Chad.
Yeah. And people laugh because it made a fart sound, which is pretty hilarious. But then a giant duck comes out of the piano and takes him away. Am I right in that?
Yep.
Wait, what?
Yep.
Do you not remember this, Will?
What?
Do you not remember?
I remember watching this, and you both agreed that's happening. I have no recollection of a giant duck in the piano.
Man, this is a Papa or... Wait, this is a quieter Papa Spank moment right now.
Yeah, but it's reversed, because I was the only one who knew about the quieter Papa Spank.
I'm pretty sure it was a big duck.
Maybe it was a... yeah.
I believe you, but...
Are we gaslighting Will right now? Wait, I have to check.
Oh, wait, I don't think we introduced ourselves at the start of the episode. I'm Will.
It's too late. It's too late to introduce.
That's the guy talking right now is Jack.
And I am Red Bane.
Are you gonna, like, superimpose that into the start of the episode?
No? What? Why?
Yeah, we'd spoil the fact that Bane is red.
Yeah. I'm just gonna let us stew in our own mistakes.
Alright, fair enough.
I think the gimmick for this episode is gonna really have to... People are really gonna have to think we're really funny.
We are funny.
If we weren't funny, why would we have a podcast?
Yep, no, it's a big duck.
It's impossible.
It also kisses him. The big duck kisses him and then pulls him inside of the piano.
I'm glad we got that cleared up.
Anyway, they get kidnapped. And it is revealed that they have been captured by a little boy who was on their game show who lost and thinks he was cheated. His name is Arthur Brown, aka Clue Master.
Important distinction, he is no longer a little boy.
Yeah, former little boy. He's now a 40-year-old man.
Anyway, he's voiced by Glenn Shaddix, rest in peace, legend, who is going way too hard.
He's so good. I noted that down too. I just typed down Clue Master VA goes really hard.
Yeah, he was in Jackie Chan Adventures. He was in
Beetlejuice,
yeah. I had one more. Nightmare Before Christmas.
Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
I mean, some really cool shit.
Yeah. He was in Justice League Unlimited too.
That is true.
He was Mandragora.
One of his... I'm not going to say it was one of his final... I mean, it was one of his most recent credits was 2004's... Or, the recent film...
The Batman?
No. No. 2004's To Kill a Mockumentary. He was Carl.
Well, that's great.
Yes.
I like Batman's little funny tunnel system that like so he can summon the Batmobile from anywhere. Like sometimes it comes out of a garbage can, or like there's an overturned bus in a dump, and like the roof opens and the Batmobile drives out of it.
How do people not notice this happening? How?
It's a good question. There's no like Lucius Fox character
Yet
at this point in the Batman.
Lucius Fox does show up.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Later on in the Batman.
The film?
Yeah, later on in the film. Did you watch the post-credit scenes?
Yeah. It's been a while though. I actually watched it in reversed order.
Mm.
I watched the post credits at the end, and then I watched the rest of the movie.
Fun.
Yeah.
I watched it in a theater, and people started walking out when Robin showed up.
Oh my god.
Anyway, we gotta get back on this. So Artie Brown, aka Clue Master. I was about to say let's get back on this. I do have another tangent. It is impossible that they designed a character so like gross and disgusting.
He's obscenely fat.
Be proud of your body no matter what shape you are, unless you're shaped like Clue Master. Then be very ashamed.
He is inhumanly fat, like impossibly fat.
He's literally like 18 feet tall. Like he's 3 times Batman's height, and he's like the width of a car.
He's Oogie Boogie shaped.
Indeed. Anyway, yeah. So, Batman figures out who he is, thanks to Alfred's incredible knowledge of TV. Question for you two: is Alfred a weeb? He said that a lot of his favorite game shows were from Japan.
Well, I would say that
yes.
Japanese games. Ooh.
I don't know a lot of crossover. I know a lot of people who are into anime. I don't know a single one of them who is also into Japanese game shows. I think they're I don't know if there's a. I don't know what the overlap is there. Maybe Alfred's just a Japanese game show. Yeah, game show guy.
Okay.
Or maybe he was too embarrassed to say anime, and he said game show instead.
But then that would not explain the scene where he's specifically talking about game shows.
Maybe it.
Okay, I keep leading us on more and more tangents. So Batman's like, Batman is like, Artie Brown, when he was a kid, he lost to Yelena something, whose family seceded from the Soviet Union. I want to talk about that, but we shouldn't because we need to finish talking about the plot. So, Yelena is gone on to become a chess champion, and she gets kidnapped. And Batman tries to stop it, gets beat up by the army of midgets. I don't know where he found all the midgets. And then Batman goes to stop, Clue Master from murdering all of them. And the Clue Master, it's a delight. I've talked a lot. Does anyone want to talk about his great plan?
I could carry us with this great plan if.
Go for it.
Go for it.
So he has the 3 guys. The 3 people who have been kidnapped, and he has decided, after all these years, we're going to run it back. So he says, all right, he's put them back on like the set of Think Tank Thunk. Like they're
a remake of it. It's in his basement.
Yeah, it's in his mom's basement.
Yeah, not his basement. But yeah, it's over a vat of acid, and if they are able to pose that, so they pose questions to Clue Master. It can be anything. If he gets it wrong 3 times, they go free. If he gets it right 3 times, they die. That's it.
Vat of acid.
Yeah, and in the vat of acid. and they're locked up. You know, they're chained to their
It
stands.
wouldn't be much of a death trap if they could leave.
No, they cannot leave unless they defeat Clue Master in this game, and they only show two of the three
questions.
The first one, what was does anyone remember the first question?
It was the Argonaut one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Name all the Argonauts. Yeah, and Clue Master. Oh yeah.
I will say the other question isn't okay. This question is not bad. Like it's kind of
hard.
trying to stuff a trivia expert with it, but there are like 4 different versions of the group, like Argonaut. Like sometimes Atalanta's there, sometimes she's not. It's not a bad question.
I think they said there were 50
Yeah.
total. Yeah, so it's hard.
Yeah.
It's a hard question. He gets it
Because he's Clue Master.
Clue Master. And I just want to talk about the third question. The second question is not shown. It could be anything. Third question. Horrible question.
Bad one. And she's so fucking smug when she asks it. What is pie?
And Clue Master's... Oh yeah, well, go ahead.
The best part about it is that Clue Master goes, okay, I'll recite it to whatever, I don't remember the exact digit.
100.
The 100th digit. So he's going to recite the first 100 digits of pi, and then he starts counting it, and it cuts back to the 3 of them, and they're all, like, about to die when he finishes, and they all just get an absolute look of, like, depression on their faces. Like, all their faces just slowly fall while he's reciting pi. It's great.
Before he even recites the digits, he does give the actual answer to the question by just explaining what pi is, like, as a constant. Like, he's like, oh, it's the ratio of a circumference to diameter. I hope I didn't get that wrong.
It's something like that.
Yeah. Which, like, anyone, like that's like middle school math or, like, high school math at the latest. Like, why wouldn't... Of course he knows that.
Well, that's...
And then...
I mean, I don't...
First of all, they didn't even ask for the digits. They just asked, what is pi? Everyone fucking knows that. But even if they ask for the digits, you know, like, you guys ever met someone who like, memorizes pi? Like, people love that. Like, nerds, like that's a real thing. People like to memorize pi. It's not even weird.
7 digits of pi.
And if he is anything... He is a nerd, so she really had no excuse. But I do think, to her credit, the question that she was asking was meant to more be perceived as recite pi in full. But, of course, he already knew that pi is infinite and there is no reasonable way that you would be able to deduce the ending of pi.
Yeah, but he still got it, though.
I mean, he got 100 digits in.
Batman does show up. He meets Clue Master's mom, who's terrifying. She's like, comatose, but it's weird. She's like doesn't move or like react barely.
Loves her TV static.
Loves the TV static, as all sane people do. Then Batman goes downstairs, and he basically just hits Clue Master with like, though you've wasted your life. Like, he's like, you could have done something like you were smart. He's just like, you wasted your life.
Yeah, fair. I mean, he did kind of own those who wronged him, but, like, I don't know why this took 30 years.
Yeah.
This scheme felt like it could have happened a lot earlier in the Clue Master's life. It was 30 years.
I mean, that's the thing. It takes the time for him to come up with the scheme, and then on top of that, he had to wait for the girl to come back. Fucking what's her name?
Yelena.
Yelena. Because I don't know. She went on tour.
Yeah, to do chess stuff, I guess.
Maybe it just so happened that she'd never been back to Gotham in that 30 years.
No big chess tourneys in Gotham?
I mean, if I left Gotham and had the choice to not come back, I probably would take it.
Lowest crime rate in the nation, Will.
Okay, but is that true?
No, this is
No.
post Bane.
Post Bane. You gotta keep that in account.
That's how we count years now. BB and NAB.
Anyway, Clue Master goes, okay, I'll give you one more chance. If you, Batman, can ask me a question that I don't know, I'll let them go. And Batman's like, can I ask you, like, what can I ask you? And he's like, anything. He's like, anything?
Current events?
Yeah, current events. And Clue Master's like, yes. And then Batman goes, what's my secret identity? And Clue Master goes, well, fuck.
Yeah.
And then he lets them go. He doesn't. But I wish that's how it went.
He doesn't. Batman just beats him up because
The Batman.
he kind of sucks. Yeah, like at physical fighting.
Well, he
Does
was very
he, though?
strong to throw those boxes and knock Batman backwards into the vat of acid.
He does actually kind of start out the fight by winning. Artie Brown very strong. Maybe don't be ashamed of your body if you're Clue Master, because he does lift like a not a shipping crate, like it's like a wooden crate, and hurls it with such force that it knocks Batman over.
See, now that's actually something that I have a lot of knowledge in. Is wooden shipping crates.
No one's gonna get this reference.
No, I know. I just like them.
We're gonna have to cut that part out.
No, it's a spin-off episode. We're keeping it in. It's just gonna be dumb and confusing.
All right. Well, maybe someday you guys will get the explanation for the wooden crate thing, but
I hope so. Actually, retroactively, I hope we do like something with that on this podcast.
That'd be funky. Yeah. Anyway, at the end, Batman goes home, and Alfred, was like, let's play some checkers, and that's how it ends. And the first thing Alfred does in checkers is take one of the checker pieces and slide it 2 spaces forward, like it's a pawn in chess. Not how you play checkers.
Yeah, I actually have a lot to say about this scene. Incidentally.
Oh,
okay, wonderful.
I'll just take a sip of water and let you go.
I've put it down in my notes as "Let's have a go." Then roll sleeves. So the start of the scene as Bruce is approaching Alfred with the checkerboard. Alfred is gardening. Which is usually a dirty job, like you would get dirt over your fresh butler suit, but he doesn't have his sleeves rolled. It is only when he is handed the checkerboard and asked to play checkers that he rolls his sleeves up and then very aggressively says, "Let's have a go then." Like he's about to fucking demolish Bruce in checkers. And then he makes the blunder of moving the fucking piece too forward. Which was the funniest shit in the world to me because I thought he was about to bust out some fucking skills.
You ready to do some checkers boxing? like boxing.
Yeah. Him cheating at checkers is incredible. They didn't comment on that. That wasn't an intentional bit.
No,
was it?
no, that was like literally the last shot before the credits rolled in this movie, The Batman.
In this part of the Batman, they rolled the credits after every little.
Yeah, for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else we want to go over?
I have one pedantic thing to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to talk about Yelena is doing the reason she's in Gotham is she's doing like a man vs. machine type like exhibition chess tournament thing. This is some real nerd shit, but in the time that this was made is no longer like a real competition, or it's it's gone. It's past the point where computers can beat the best human. Like, so it's just there's no chance she could win. Like, it's not a thing anymore, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess she's just that good because she does win.
Well, she almost wins before the piece starts running.
We didn't talk about that. We didn't talk about that.
Oh yeah, we did. So anyway, when Yelena gets kidnapped, the midgets that work for Cluemaster for some reason, are like inside the chess pieces and are like start running around the board. Then Batman shows up to fight them. He makes a good joke. Does it? The joke's the very last thing that happens in the scene. Do you guys want to talk about it before I say the joke?
I don't think we have.
I don't remember the joke.
So when they're carrying her, Batman swings it and he kicks one of them and he goes, "Knight takes bishop."
I remember.
Yeah,
that.
I remember that now.
Dude, I like that bit.
I feel like people who haven't seen the Batman will be very confused about the midgets who work for Cluemaster. And the reason is, I am too.
It is the second biggest mystery in all of the Batman after why is Bane red?
Why were they numbered?
Okay, are we done?
I think I don't have anything else to say. Does anyone have a miscellaneous?
Quentin, pick the order for
I can go first. Will, you go second, and Jack third.
Okay.
So, I'm getting a vibe here. We could call this last final. Damn it! I can't come up with anything to call it. You guys got any ideas? The last final bit, like
what?
What to call Act 3? Yeah, like a title.
I'm feeling like you know how so it's like a quiz show. What about like Q&A?
Like a shortening of question and answer.
I like
yeah.
that.
I was
Just thought of
thinking.
Like
I was
That's right
thinking
off the
we
dome.
go all in and call
Mhm.
it Think Think Thunk, but
I like Q&A. It's subtle.
Q&A is good. So Q&A, it has all of the pieces of a really great individual Batman story. What confuses me is it's the final bit, very unceremonious, of this really fantastic film. It feels very disjointed from the rest. Again, it does feel like an episode 8. But that has nothing to do with its actual quality. In terms of quality, I think Q&A is very good from beginning to end. I think the pacing is very good. It gets fast in some places, like the kidnapping scenes, but I don't think that really detracts from its value. I think that those are just fast scenes, unlike our beginning act, which had a lot of scenes that could have used a lot more substance, but never got it. Like, I think that this had perfect pacing, and I really like the characterization. So I'm going to give it a Schway. What about you guys?
So I think this. Fuck. This is Schway. Jack, can you talk about this? Hold on.
Sure, Will.
I think he just saw Red Bane.
In real life. Yeah. We'll check on him to make sure he doesn't get thrown into a brick wall. But this is kind of a strange outing for Batman. This is a weird, quirky side adventure. There's definitely I could understand someone not liking this, but I like this. This is funny. This is enjoyable. This is unique in a way. It's fun. It's just a fun. It doesn't do that much outside of just being a self-contained escapade, but it's a fun time. I give it a Schway.
Guys.
What's up?
So you know how we all get together in my home theater, and we all get together, we all watch Batman together, and we always do this every time.
Oh my god.
I definitely grabbed the Batman off the shelf.
What the fuck?
I know. We accidentally watched the 2004 one.
Wait.
There's another?
Yeah. My bad. I know we were supposed to review Beware the Batman. I did accidentally grab the Batman.
Oh my god.
I'm very sorry.
Damn it, Will.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I think we're gonna have to make this people can't hear this. This is a disaster.
No, they
Yes.
can't. They can't. They cannot.
Yes. Okay.
Well, I'm actually very angry about this. I'm gonna have to.
I'm sorry. I thought
I'm gonna
I
have
was
to
told-
call my friend Bane, who is red, and have him throw you into a wall, but not
No.
kill you because he does not. He famously does not kill
He
his victims.
famously hates killing, or he's famously bad at it.
He's not anti-kill. He's just negligent.
He's not really sure what killing is.
It's a mysterious force.
Man, this was a good episode. I think we're not even doing an outro. I think I'm just gonna end it here.